Okay, now I'm Miss Whale again, and I'm going to tell you what you're going to be doing next. We're going to be thinking about who our prime suspects are, the main murderers, who we think murdered poor Mrs. Wainwright. And we're going to make some notes, and we're going to write about why we think they murdered Mrs. Wainwright. I'm going to in a minute have a look at all the evidence, the clues that you found at the crime scene. And then after that, you're going to write an alibi. An alibi is where you write what you were doing at the time of the party. Then what we're going to do later is we're going to interview the prime suspects. And we're going to find out who actually did murder Mrs. Wainwright. Okay, now Mrs. Poshington's going to come back now. And we're going to look at some evidence, and then we're going to write down some notes. Morning, this has turned out to be. I am so upset that Mrs. Wainwright's been murdered. However, I'm pretty sure that we're going to find the murderer because they did leave quite a few clues behind. Bob, would you like to come and show us which clues you found? Can you just let Detective Bob through, please? Detective Bob's been doing his detective work for many years, and I'm sure we can trust him to find the murderer.
We found them two things.
What looks like a dried jellyfish. Some kind of a flatfish.
It's called a rayfish.
What do you think, Detective Bob?
It's called a rayfish. It's called a rayfish.
I'm not sure yet. Okay, thank you. Professor Bob, would you like to hold on to those?
It's called a starfish and a rayfish.
What did you find?
I found this feathery scarf, and it's easy to strangle people with as well.
Interesting. Have you any ideas who you think that could belong to?
Pinky or Lola Glamour.
Because Pinky's got a scarf.
It does look like something Lola would wear, but surely Lola wouldn't do that.
Never.
Tell us what you found, Alex.
A carton of milk. And the lullaby is, I wouldn't have said anything and I just kicked it under something if I did do it. I wouldn't have said anything if it were a carton of milk. It's kind of a
Who likes me?
I wouldn't have said anything if I made it, just kicked it under like a table or something.
But you are a milkman, Alex.
I like milk.
What did you find?
So do I. I think this could have been with Miss Duggan, because it smells like Africa and they're learning about Africa, and also that they go on African people's head to protect their heads from burning.
Has anyone else got any other thoughts on this?
I think it might have been a Pinky the cowgirl because I know Pinky's got one like that, so that might be just one to spare to put round her neck or on her head.
Any other ideas?
I got one. She's when the professor was thinking that it was Pinky the cowgirl, she had a smirk on her face.
Really? And who found this?
I've got another.
I think it might be Professor Fish.
Jellyfish.
Professor Jack Jellyfish, because she likes fish.
Interesting. Any other thoughts on the fish?
I think it might be the dinner ladies because they cook fish sometimes.
And they can slit their throat or strangle with rope or something.
Interesting. I wonder if the dinner ladies are in yet this morning. What do you think?
The dinner ladies, because I think Miss Wainwright got strangled, and then
Miss, then they've dropped one of them ladies. I've dropped the fish behind.
Yeah, interesting. And the last piece of evidence that you found.
And me and Anton. That was mad. Cool.
What do you think?
It looks a bit unusual to me. That's one. Very unusual. It looks like it.
It looks slightly dirty as well, doesn't it? Like it's been dragged through the mud.
Like, they look like them things in the hall too, them footprints.
They do.
And they don't leave people at home.
Oh yeah.
Emily Stones.
Sorry?
Emily Stones.
Emily Stones.
It's not
hers.
Oh my goodness, but I don't think Emily Stones would be big enough to murder Mrs. Wainwright.
No,
would she?
I think it might be Dr. Jones because Dr. Jones lives on the streets.
I think it might be
What do you think? I think.
No, it's Lamar.
Nothing's been.
No, I think we should have a little think about this, folks, and I think we should try and come to some conclusion before we start pointing the finger at people. And I think we should maybe get the police involved as well after this tragic morning on Mrs. Wainwright's death. Surely none of you would bear a grudge on Mrs. Wainwright after 15 years, would you?
No.
Did Mrs. Wainwright do something wrong to any of you when you were here? Perhaps give you too much homework?
Yeah.
Perhaps your spellings were too hard?
Yeah.
him again.
Perhaps she didn't let you play in the sand pit?
Yes.
She did.
Oh,